What is going on, boys? Welcome back to the Monday Morning Quarterbacks Podcast, episode 28. We are in week 6 of the NFL season, and we are joined by Josh on the top left, Jefe top right, Big P bottom right, and myself. How we doing, boys?
Doing good.
What a week. What a week.
Doing really well.
Doing well.
Awesome.
What a week of ball.
Someone should
It
be
felt
fired
like-
from Buffalo.
I'm doubling down what I said last week on how Josh Allen's a fraud.
Buffalo needs to fire
play a
someone.
good team.
We're coming out
And-
hot.
He had a concussion. They tried to throw him back in. If he would have got hit again, he could have died.
That was
And he's
bad.
going to play this week. He was unconscious on the field, and he's playing again this week. The Bills have just completely skirted the entire concussion protocol, and someone needs to be fired, and draft picks need to be deducted.
It's because he's 6'6", Josh Allen. He can do anything. He doesn't even need a brain. Throw it up there. He might run and catch it 50 yards downfield after he throws it.
The AFC East was about to be out 2 franchise quarterbacks.
I know, he's going to end up like Tua in this week if he takes another big hit.
Hawk Tua.
Yep.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I want to rescind my slander on Jayden Daniels. Jayden Daniels might just be him.
Love that. Great.
Another impressive week from the Rook.
Jayden Daniels identifies as I'm/him.
Yes.
Yeah, he's very good. Also, what do we think? I mean, we can talk about the big news of the day. Robert Saleh gets fired out of New York,
Yes.
and Nathaniel Hackett
Yes.
keeps a job somehow. How does this guy keep
Nathaniel
getting away with it?
Deny.
Not
I
my
did not
fault,
have
Coach.
sexual relations with that woman.
There is no, I know he's obviously saying he has nothing to do with it. I just don't believe it.
Well, apparently Saleh was going to
Rodgers?
fire Nathaniel Hackett. And Rodgers got wind, went straight to the owner and was like, we got to get this guy out of here. What does Hackett have on Rodgers? Crazy.
He wasn't
Yeah.
doing ayahuasca.
He was definitely doing ayahuasca.
He was
in
doing
that.
some other.
Is Nathaniel Hackett still calling the plays, or is the new head coach calling?
Hackett's
No,
calling
the new
plays
head
as
coach
of right
is
now.
the DC, so it'd be
Rodgers
good.
calling the plays out there. All right,
I gotta
he's
make it something.
Braun of the NFL, and just who he wants is who he wants. Who he doesn't, gone.
How many more losses until Nathaniel Hackett's fired? If they lose the next 2 games in a row with bad offensive performances, and is Hackett gone?
I think,
I
honestly,
think
if
that's
they lose the next game with bad offense, I think Hackett's either gone or taken away play calling duties.
Yeah.
Put him on timeout.
Timeout.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Uh,
What do you got, Jefe?
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to talk about the shootout, Baltimore versus Cincy. Joe Shiesty throws 5 tutties in a loss.
And the Colts and Jags, both games were
Colts Jags was crazy.
ridiculous. It was like 3:00, and I'm watching Red Zone, and both the Bengals and the Jags are up 2 touchdowns, and I'm like, all right, it's cool, it's over. And then the witching hour comes around, and it's a field goal game. What just happened? And out? It was ridiculous. The Bengals should have won that game, and they just absolutely choked. And they
They got
muffed
to the 40
snap.
and then played it safe.
Yeah, you can't play conservative just because you're technically in field goal range. You see a couple 60-yard field goals going, and now you just get conservative when you got a 57-yard field goal on the docket.
Burrow's been dominating. Just let him hit a couple passes over the middle.
I mean, Jamar and T were uncoverable.
Ridiculous.
Jamar
You
dropped
put
a 45.
38, and you still lose.
Yeah, that was
Crazy.
insane.
And same with, the Colts. Flacco had 2 drives, and it was 3 passes for 2 touchdowns to Alec Pierce.
How is that guy just relevant still? I don't know how. That guy's wide receiver 6 on that team.
Start Anthony Richardson over him. Anthony Richardson's not doing that.
Oh,
Anthony Richardson is terrible.
and Flacco can run. Did you see the mobility? 20-yard scramble. Might be a better runner than Richardson.
Yeah.
He doesn't get hurt when he does it, at least.
Yeah, he knows how to slide. It's crazy. Or Jayden Daniels is the complete opposite of Richardson, where he's literally saying, Like, he's avoiding all contact, sliding, getting out of bounds, not fighting for extra yards. And he's literally saying, like, yeah, I'm not going to be like, I want to be a passer in the NFL. I don't want to be like this runner. And he's passing pretty well. I mean, he still ran for 86 in the game.
Yeah.
Let's not act like he's not running the ball at all, but I feel like he's being safer and not taking the hits.
Yep, you can't take the hits if you're a running quarterback.
Other game
Unless
I'll
you're
touch on. I'll touch on the Packer game really quick. Packers-Rams. I mean, talk about playing conservative. Holy, we played the end of that game as conservative as we could have played it and gave the Rams a chance to go win it, but squeaked out a win. I think Love looked pretty good. Jayden Reed's just an absolute animal. I don't know how he caught that deep ball in triple coverage. Like Jordan Love said, F it, he's down there somewhere, and launched it. That was sick.
Wicks still can't catch the ball, so we'll see week to week if he can figure that out or not.
You see Reed tweet that out? He tweeted out that play, and he said, F it, Jayden Reed down there somewhere, referencing himself in the third person.
That's hilarious. Yeah, Jayden Reed's a monster. I think he's like one of the top receivers this year so far, and he missed 2 games with Love.
Yeah, I think he's behind Nico and Jamar, I'm pretty sure. Maybe
That's
one
great.
other. And Nico's out the next 4 weeks. GG's in the chat. Cool, that's all I got for this week. You boys got any other games you want to touch on quick?
Just the Cardinals beating the Niners is kind of surprising.
It's a big upset.
Big upset.
Are the Niners just not that good this year, or is it CMC being gone? What's the deal?
Doesn't look like it.
There were definitely a couple of plays where CMC would have housed it, and Mason just couldn't.
They
Yeah,
also
but CMC's 101.
were scoreless in the fourth when they were up like 13 or something.
They actually didn't score in the second half of that game.
Oh, yeah. Well, then.
Yeah.
Even worse.
They did not.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the box score.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams looked good.
Or the Panthers are bad. I'm admitting it, okay? I can't anymore. I can only defend them for 5 weeks.
They got a bad defense for sure.
Yeah.
I can't keep defending them.
No, that's all I
Chiefs
got.
keep winning. The Chiefs pick up a guy off the street, and he walks in and runs for 120 yards.
Same with Juju. Juju's off the street too. Like,
Juju on that beat. He back.
It doesn't matter who is on the roster. Andy Reid will make them the best team in the league. It's ridiculous. It's disgusting. It makes me want to puke every time I watch the Chiefs throw a bum in there that's way past his prime, and then he's the best player in the NFL all of a sudden.
Also, the Saints, after watching that game, are just completely dead to me. Derek Carr, his decision making is just F it,
but
Rashid Shaheed down there somewhere.
it's Rattler season, baby.
I know, but
it's
Rattler
Rattler season.
I'm
We've
hyped.
never
best
seen-
I'm hyped.
We-
Did you? I just put out a video on the Monday Morning Quarterbacks TikTok. Did any of you boys see it in regards to Rattler?
No.
It was
Sorry, yeah.
Rattler's first press conference, and they like, oh, are you gonna like try and get the ball to Chris Olave? He only had 2 catches last week, and he's like, yeah, literally anytime that guy runs a route, I'm gonna find him. That's basically what he said.
Derek Carr is running fantasy football into the ground.
Also,
Rattler's
why
in.
are they down 2 scores running the ball on every first and second down and getting 1 to 2 yards every single play?
The Saints are the most run-heavy
Dennis
team in the
Allen.
league.
It's Dennis Allen for you.
It's ridiculous.
Dennis Allen's brain dead and ruined my bets and my ladder challenge. GG's
Right.
in the chat.
GG.
It's hard doing that in one game though, whereas like your first was you could pick through the whole slate. But
Agreed.
yeah. Yeah, one more thing before we get into this week's games. Brian Thomas Jr.
BTJ is here, baby.
He's good.
rookie receiving leader right now. I know Malik
Second
Neighbors was out
best.
this week, but
You could feel it a little bit coming, like, by the sheer fact that he's the only bright spot in that receiving core right now. But
yeah.
He might be the second best rookie receiver this year.
and he really can stretch a field like that. It's crazy.
You can stretch that field, baby.
He can stretch that down the field.
All right, boys. Let's move over to week 6. Let's start with the Thursday night game for all the listeners. It is tonight, so let's strap in. We got the Niners.
Tonight.
Niners at the
Tonight?
Seahawks. Niners.
Tonight's the
Am I
night.
missing it? Is it happening right now?
Niners -3.5.
Tonight's
Over
the
under
night.
49.5. Start us off,
The
P.
12th man is coming. They're going to be loud.
They're what?
It's going to be a great electric atmosphere in Seattle, and I think they're going to hold off this questionable Niners offense. And
Defense.
we're going to see the Seahawks win. The
Questionable
Niners
defense.
questionable everything after this.
At this point.
But I think it's going to be a good game, but I think the Seahawks are going to take this edge. I think they got a little bit more of an identity on offense than what I've seen out of San Fran so far this year. As far as identity goes, I don't know what kind of team San Fran wants to be yet.
Yeah. I don't know. Divisional game. It's tough. Home dog. Seahawks are good at stopping the run, but they can't really stop anyone through the air. And
What's Connor on about? Are we doing the pod, bro?
and I mean they let Goff go 18 for 292 and whatever, but I'm leaning Niners here. Yeah, I'm just gonna go Niners here. I don't know. It's gonna be a close one though.
Yeah, it's tough because it's a divisional game, but the Seahawks also just lost to a Malik Neighbors and Devin Singletary-less Giants team.
On a short week, though. And Giants were coming off a long week. They had 10 days to prepare.
Who are we talking about?
Giants are so bad.
Seattle and Giants from last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, Seahawks. I don't know. The Niners are too talented. I got the Niners. I don't know how the Seahawks look so bad against the Giants without Malik and without Singletary.
I agree. I cannot see San Fran dropping to 2-4 with how talented they are, and they have absolutely dominated Seattle last year in both games they played. I'm huge on Debo in this game as well. I have many props, many bets laid out already, and Debo is around the center of a lot of them. Love Debo.
Did you see his stats historically against San Fran are just or not against San Fran, against Seattle are just ridiculous.
Yes.
He scored in I don't know, it was 13 out of 50 or something. I don't know, it was something ridiculous, touchdown scoring stats. I don't know.
He coached Seattle and he didn't get a lot of touches last week, and I think they're gonna try and make him the focal point. I think he's going to get a lot of carries too, but I'm more so heavy in the receiving game for him, just based off his big play upside ability. Is that a word? Upside ability?
Upsidability.
Sweet. Let's move on to London. We got the Jags at the Bears.
Connor's in the thing if you want to let him in, or I mean, I feel like it's going pretty smoothly without him.
All right, we dragged him. He's in here. Welcome,
You're going
Connor.
last. You're going last now, Connor. We're not switching the rotation.
Connor, make your pick really quick for Niners Seahawks, and then we'll be back on track.
I can hear you boys now.
Make your pick for Niners Seahawks.
We got 10 minutes of audio issues coming in hot.
I got San Fran.
Okay.
Sick.
All right, the Oracle said San Fran. Everyone change it to San
All right.
Fran.
We're back to London.
I'm going to use the word. I'm using the word upsidability. Nothing but upsidability on the other sideability of the pondability. Give me the Jags in London. We don't lose in London, and we're winning 2 in a row in London. I'll say that, and we're going to be 3-4 coming back stateside. It's going to be a great day to be a Jags fan. Give me the Jags.
Oh yeah, I'm going second. Yeah, I'm with P here. Jags don't lose in London. They don't lose in London, and I also like the over in this game. ETJ, give me a 200-yard game, bud.
200.
Gotta get Trevor
His
Lawrence
line
there
is at
first.
60 yards. We're talking
You can't
200.
get 200, and Trevor can't get 200.
I think the Bears' defense is too good, and Caleb Williams is starting to figure out how the NFL works, and they're starting to play better. So I want to pick the Jaguars for the London game, but I'm gonna have to go with the Bears. But I also want to wait and see what Connor picks because I might change my pick based on that.
Oh my god.
It's too late. Connor's
No.
going last.
What's
Lock
done
it
is
in.
done.
Yeah,
What's
no
done is done.
copying.
I can do whatever I want.
I'm on Jacksonville as well. Coming off a big win. The Bears just fully, I don't think, are there for me yet. Their offense did look a lot better, but when you're playing the worst team in the league, second worst team in the league, Carolina, I think they're going to boost some stats for you. Give me Jacksonville and London, though.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bears here. Obviously, a big win for the Jags.
Yes.
Yeah. But I still think Jags are one of the worst teams. Obviously, they played the Colts, which is one of the worst defenses in the league, hands down. So I think they looked way better than they should. So I'm taking the Bears.
Alrighty. Let's move on over to Arizona at Green Bay. Green Bay is -5, over under 47.5 in this game.
That's
Yeah.
RP.
No, it's interesting. The Call of Duty season yet? No.
Almost. He actually
I
just
gotta
announced a
check the
partnership.
calendar.
Did you see that?
No,
Yeah.
it's up.
He announced a
He's gonna be a
partnership
playable
with Call of Duty.
character in the game.
Oh, you're daring right. He's gonna be a playable character. Give me the Pack at home. They're finally getting their rhythm under their feet. Cardinals are still the Cardinals. They're gonna do what they gotta do. One random week have 500 yards and beat the Niners. Not that they had 500 yards last week, and the next week they're losing by 40 to Detroit. Give me the Pack at home to clear 5 by a decent margin.
Say it,
My
B.
humble
Say
opinion.
it. Go Pack, go.
Go.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
Feels weird in a Seahawks jersey, but okay.
Oof. So the weather for this game is looking like moderate rain and 21 mile an hour winds, which I guess doesn't matter for the Packers because they can't kick anyway. Do the Packers have a good run defense?
Yes.
Decent.
D-line eats. Isn't. Other.
It's been good so far.
They got the
Last year it was
players.
not good.
They got players that should be good.
I mean, the Cardinals' defense is like abysmal.
Rams honestly ran it on us pretty well. They just stopped running because we got ahead.
Yeah, I'll go Pack. I'll go Pack here. At home, the weather. Arizona plays in a dome. I think the weather's gonna
Packers are
play.
the 11th best rush defense.
Top third.
Yeah, I'll go Pack here in Lambeau.
Say it, Jefe.
Okay. I guess
You guys still do that or no? Because that's Rogers' thing.
No.
That was Rogers' thing. We don't do that
We
anymore.
don't
That's
ever tire.
frowned
It's like
upon.
saying row the boat as a Western fan. No, you just don't do it.
Oh, those were the days. Those were the
They'll
days.
get on the offenders list doing that in Lambeau. I'll take the Packers. This one's easy. Love's gonna throw for 350 plus yards. Shootout.
21 mile an hour winds and rain.
Is that what it is? 20 mile. I blocked that out.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
he'll still
bro. You think Jeff's a meteorologist? Don't listen to this guy.
Hurricane Dome's making a stop in Lambeau. Okay.
I just picked up the Packers kicker in fantasy. I should
Don't
probably change
listen
it.
to this guy, bro. The leaves are changing colors. Energy's going to be immaculate. It's going to be a great fall day for some football. Ain't no worry about the weather.
Okay.
I'm also going to be on the Pack. I think keys to this game is going to be what the keys to the game have been for us all season. And our defense is #1 in the league in takeaways up to this point in the season. Xavier McKinney has 5 picks in 5 games. Also had a fumble recovery last week and dropped another pick. Dude is just a ball hawk. It's almost bizarre because it's like the picks aren't even that impressive. It's the balls are just going straight to him. But he's always around the ball. He's just a ball magnet. He loves balls.
Dude's a ball guy.
Yeah.
We love guys who love balls.
So
I don't.
I think if we can get some takeaways on Kyler, I think we cover the 5 easy, and I think this is one of those 2-3 touchdown wins for the Packers that really kind of jumps and puts the Packers on a lot of people's radars.
If they win by 2 or 3 touchdowns, or they're going to win with 2 or 3 touchdowns?
Win by 2 or 3 touchdowns. And
I'll
Tucker
put 'em on the
Kraft has
radar.
just turned into a top 5 tight end in the league in the last 2 weeks.
In a league of tight ends barely existing,
I
Tucker
know.
Kraft is risen
It has
to
not
the
been a
top
tight
5.
end year. But, yeah, he looks really good. What you got, Oracle?
That's your name, Connor.
Oh, I thought he was talking to you. Okay, so this one's interesting, right? The Cardinals, I don't know who they are. They lose some games.
They're a
against
bird.
the teams that are good, and then they beat the 49ers. So I don't know. I think they play up to their opponents. I think they're going to play up to the Packers. This is a very elementary way to look at it, but the Packers played the Rams last week, and it was like a 5-6 point game. When the Cardinals played the Rams, it was like a 30-point game. So that's why I'm going to take the Packers here, but I think this one's or I'm going to take the Cardinals here, but I do think it's a toss-up.
Alrighty.
I want to asterisk by my pick.
No.
On account of the weather, I want to check the weather
This
before
guy,
the
this
game.
guy, are you a Packers fan or no? You just want to listen to everything that Connor is. Are you a Colts fan now too?
He's a big Connor guy.
I'll do whatever Connor says. I'll do it.
Worship this man at his feet.
All right, let's move on over to Connor's Colts. We got the Colts at the Titans. Tennessee minus 2.5, over under 43.5 in the game.
Connor, we got any injury updates? How ARJT looking?
JT's probably going to be out, but it wouldn't surprise me if he played. Anthony Richardson, same thing. Might be. I think Anthony Richardson's a true 50-50.
Cool.
Do you want Anthony Richardson to play, Connor, or would you prefer Joe Flacco?
I do. We're also missing like 5-6 guys on defense and then like 2 offensive linemen, so we're pretty beat up right now.
Sweet. All I know is before this pod, I saw Anthony Richardson's MVP odds at 150 and Joe Flacco's at 200, which just put a smile on my face. Give me Joe Flacco to start this football game and win it on the road in Tennessee. I'm not going to do an asterisk, but I will put this so we can clip it afterwards. But if Anthony Richardson starts this game, it's a loss. It's been said.
What if he
Alright,
starts it and he doesn't finish it?
Joe Flacco's responsible for the victory, period.
You have asterisks on the Colts?
No, I said no asterisks. I said no asterisks. I just wanted the clip. But I'm riding it, I guess. No, I don't believe in this asterisk stuff. Fake count, fake
The asterisks
news.
0-3 on the year now.
The asterisks are lame, honestly, in my humble opinion.
I'm same boat. I would never use an asterisk.
You said, Connor, JT's probable to play?
I've heard that he's like probably not going to play.
Yeah, same.
He's trending towards not playing right now.
Is Joe Flacco 200-1 to win the MVP going to be in the game? Yes, win.
I think
Here's
Average
what-
is going to play this week. But with that being said, don't matter. I'm taking the Titans. I don't even know if Levis is going to be the quarterback or it's going to be Rudolph.
Fun fact, Pittman's doubtful too, Jeff. Fun fact, Michael Pittman doubtful.
Who cares about Pittman? He's not even
you're
the
right.
star receiver in that
You're
room
right.
anymore.
Josh Downs to the moon.
No, bro, you've been talking so much crap on Alec Pierce, and he's just had an insane season.
Insane.
Who? Me?
Insane.
No, P.
Insane.
No, I was about to say. I was like, I didn't say anything about
Insane.
Alfred.
14 receptions in 5 games. Insane. Holy cow, that's unreal.
He's
How many
pretty-
touchdowns, though?
I'm pretty sure
Like,
Drake
Andrew
London
Zepp-
had that
Drake-
last
right now, he's
Thursday
beating the
night.
record by the longest interception.
All right, I'm done talking because we're going to sit here and yap all night. It's Jeff's floor. Sorry, Jeff.
Rudolph lead the sleigh into a Titans victory.
Yeah, the Titans' defense is good. I don't know who to pick. I'm going to pick the Titans because I think Anthony Richardson is going to play.
Good.
But I am worried it's going to be a low-scoring game, and then Anthony Richardson's going to get hurt, and then Flacco's going to come in for like that fourth quarter final drive and just go right down the field.
Pick
But I'll
me.
take the Titans.
I have a question. Could you please elaborate, Professor, on what you mean by Titans good defense? I'm just really curious about that phrase.
Yeah, they have a good defense. That's mostly what I meant when I said it. I'll look up
Unsubscribe
their-
right now. If you're watching him say this, don't watch anymore. Unsubscribe.
Titans have a good defense.
Okay.
I'll look it up.
I mean, they almost single-handedly beat the Bears by almost punting by their
The
defense
Titans
alone.
have the number 1 defense in the league in yards average, so that's pretty good.
Will
would
Levis
say.
is also going to play. By the
Top
way.
Gave
one.
up 27 points to that Justin Fields-led Steelers offense. That's not good defense, in my opinion.
Justin Fields is a dual threat, terrific quarterback, very
Oh my
underrated.
God, brother.
Mike
Okay.
Tomlin's a great coach.
All
They
right,
schemed
we're
it
done.
up.
We're done.
Titans have the number 1 pass defense.
Agree
in
to
the league.
disagree. Agree to we'll let Joe Flacco's 300-yard 5-touchdown win do the talking.
Levis
Connor.
is playing.
Connor,
Yeah,
that was a segue
I was
into
going to
you,
mention
buddy.
that as well on my pick.
Connor,
Titans have a good, Titans have a good defense also, by the way. So
Connor,
we're all on the same
Connor.
page.
I'm segueing into you, Connor.
Yeah, there's people talking, Pete. Yeah, so last week didn't go great. I think last week proved we probably have the worst defense in the NFL. It's hard to blame. Like, I don't really blame the coaches. A lot of people are calling for Gus Bradley to get fired. When you have a defense full of 7th-rounders, I mean, there's not much you can do. Guys won't tackle. Guys can't call receivers. So it's tough. I think the rest of the season's going to be hard to watch. I think our defense is going to be giving up close to 30 every game. But what's fun is our offense is also really good. Whether you have Anthony Richardson or Joe Flacco in there, it's a fun team to watch. I do think Anthony Richardson's going to end up playing. I don't think it makes a difference. I think we win this game either way. So yeah, go Colts.
Alrighty. Yes, Will Levis is starting this game. And for that reason, I am on the Colts. The Titans' offense is just so abysmal. I just have no trust in Will Levis doing anything. I mean, if he is going to do it, it's going to be this week against the Colts defense. But I have more confidence in the Colts, whether it's with Richardson or Flacco, to win this game. Obviously, I think Joe Flacco gives them the better chance to win. And I wouldn't be surprised if Richardson is injured for another week or two or the whole season.
Russell Wilson.
Because Joe Flacco, it's crazy how when Joe Flacco plays, the Colts receivers actually put up fantasy points. It's like insane. I don't know how it works, but Joe Flacco comes in the game. Josh Downs exists. Michael Pittman existed for 2 weeks.
Downs was also hurt all season before Anthony Richardson, but
What was that?
Josh Downs was hurt like the first 4 games of the season, so he didn't even exist when Anthony Richardson was playing.
Yeah, but Adonai Mitchell was on the field getting missed for 70-yard
still
tutties
sucks.
every other play.
That guy might be the worst rookie receiver. That guy is terrible.
Well, okay. Well, I am on the Colts, so that's who I picked. Who did you pick,
I got
Josh?
one more thing about this game.
I picked the Titans because they have a great defense.
Nice.
I just want to reiterate, the Titans have a good defense.
Go in, Jefe.
This game opened at Indy -1, and it's moved all the way to Indy +2.5, which is interesting. And
Once you get
then
the injury news, yeah.
And then another thing.
Anthony Richardson was trending on towards playing, so the line shifted dramatically against the Colts.
Will Levis reminds me of Phil so much. A little by the way that he looks, but also playing intramurals with Phil, he just tries so hard and gives so much effort, and just it sucks.
Shout out, Phil.
Ricochet
Shout
shot
out Phil.
to the college IMs. Brutal. Alrighty, boys. Let's move on over to the next game. We got the Texans at the Patriots. Texans are -7, over under 38.5. What are we doing here? Mid podcast, we got two guys just getting up, doing Roman.
Yeah. Sorry, I
What are we
skipped over
doing
you.
here?
Sorry I skipped over you with that last segue, Jake. I wanted to hear Connor defend the Colts for me.
I forgive you.
Also, everyone that unsubscribed to the Brain Dead commentary, you can now resubscribe because the king is talking. And the king says
Last place.
Houston Texans by 40. It's an easy pick, honestly. The king doesn't have much to add on to that. Drake May is not better than Jacoby Brissett. And I can't wait for him to get benched again. Okay, moving on.
The king of what? Stink bugs?
Yeah, wait. You see one?
Are you in last place?
Tied
Bro.
for it.
Don't matter. Placements just play. I'm winning it here, Connor. Something a Colts fan could never tell themselves.
I got Houston. I just can't see Drake May winning his first career start
Or
against
any career start.
a very good team. Hey, Jake has a
Who's-
picture with the guy. All right, let's.
You
You
guys
know, he
wanna
might
see
be
it?
a listener. We don't know.
You never know. Honestly, we kind of hit it off when we were talking. We'll let Josh make his pick while I find the pick of me and Drake May.
I think Drake May is gonna come out and surprise some people. I think he's definitely gonna play better than Jacoby Brissett did, and the Texans are still gonna win by a decent amount of points. But I think Drake May is gonna be better than people think he'll be.
I like it.
You give us a
There's the pick. Drake May, baby.
W.
He was
Which
honestly.
one are you? Are you the one in the middle, or are you the one?
Yeah, I'm in the middle. Super nice guy. Love me some Drake May. I just think he's going to be in a very tough spot coming into just an abysmal O-line. But I do think he's going to be better than people think. And I think he will look better in this game than a lot of people. I mean, there's probably very low expectations based on just what the Patriots have around him. And they're kind of just throwing him into the fire here. But I mean, they got to see what they got in him at some point with how high they drafted him. And I hope he does well. I just don't see them winning this game, so I'll take Houston as well. And we get our first sweep of the day, boys. We're all on Houston.
Easy sweep.
Yep.
yeah. So I'm riding Houston. I don't know,
Connor didn't even
everyone keeps
pick
saying,
yet.
I think,
My bad.
everyone's saying I think Drake May is gonna do better than expected. I didn't hear anyone give what that was. I think he's expected to throw for maybe 150 yards and 2 picks. So I think that's going to be a stat line, 150 yards, 2 picks, maybe a touchdown in there. So, yeah, I'm taking Houston.
2 picks and then 1 touchdown and 150 yards. I bet he throws 2 touchdowns and 1 pick and 160 yards.
You know what? I'm just going to say the funny thing is, I think Jacoby's actually a really great quarterback, and I think that team
Great?
was never built.
We're just
to
throwing around
succeed.
great.
I said really great. Yeah, I mean, I said really great. That the really in front of it downplays.
You used
the
to say
great,
really
you know what I'm
good.
saying? Yeah, no, he's. I mean, he's
Really
really
okay.
he's a stellar,
Really
stellar guy. I mean,
Really
he's had a long,
average to below
he's had a long,
average.
prolific career. He's a better game manager than Caleb Williams is. I would rather start him over Caleb for sure. All right, I'm done talking though.
That's a hot take. Let's
Bad take.
let's move over to Tampa Bay at New Orleans with Spencer Rattler at Q. Tampa Bay's -3.5, over under 41.5.
Rattler season, baby. He's gonna throw 4 picks and they're gonna lose this game by 50. Give me Tampa all day.
Holy.
I watched this dude play for South Carolina and Oklahoma, and he was garbage at both. And I watched him on a TV show that I know you've seen, Jake, where he curses out his own wide receiver and clowns him. This dude's not a leader. No one in that locker room is going to respect this dude, especially when they're down 35.
Yeah. Saints are also banged up, so
It's all Rattler's fault. I don't care.
I'm gonna. I mean, Rattler's definitely more mobile than Derek Carr, but the amount of pressure that the Chiefs had on Monday night, which another thing is New Orleans on a short week. Baker's been cooking. I mean, yeah. I mean, give me Tampa here.
Yeah, the Buccaneers should dominate. I'm hoping Spencer Rattler is better than throwing 4 interceptions, but it could very well be possible.
Y'all remember Nate Peterman's first game? 5 picks in the first half. Rattler season, baby.
This game is tougher for me than I think it was for any of you guys, just in the sense of I think Rattler long term is going to be good in the NFL. And I think he's matured a lot since his high school delinquent, thinking he's better than everyone days. And honestly, it seems like the Saints actually do really like him. And like his team, he seems like he gets along with the team pretty well. And a lot of the players are really excited for him to start. And honestly, I don't think he's going to be much worse. Derek Carr, all he had going for him was being able to throw one bomb to Rashid Shaheed every game. And then getting guys like Juwan Johnson, Chris Olave, Kamara even more so out of the backfield. Taysom Hill will be back this week.
They
probably
missed Taysom last week. They did.
Yeah. I don't think Rattler will be as bad as we think, but I don't think he's going to be getting a dub in his first game. So give me Tampa Bay as well.
Do we
I'll
skip
be
Connor
the one to
again?
say it since someone else said it on the podcast. Thoughts and prayers goes out to everyone in the Tampa region right now. Obviously, this hurricane is going to be making impact tonight or early tomorrow. So it's going to be pretty bad. You know, that's my hometown. Grew up in, love that area. We got hit pretty bad a few days ago too from that last one, and it's just sad. It's just sad. But I think Tampa plays for the residents of Tampa and Florida. Obviously, a lot of people back home, so I think they got a show to play on. So I'll ride Tampa.
What does hometown mean to you? When you say hometown, what does that mean
To
you?
clarify, we're not laughing at the hurricane. The hurricane's very serious, and our prayers
No, the
really do
hurricane's
go
super
out.
serious.
We're laughing that Connor has 5 hometowns, and he's a Colts
This
fan,
dude
but his
is from
hometown...
Michigan.
Yeah. Okay.
He's a Colts fan from Michigan who claims the Commies as a home and the Bucks as a home team. That's why I'm laughing. I'm not laughing because of the hurricane. Apologies.
I'm laughing
only
because
have-
Connor tried to make us all look bad by saying because
Yeah.
no one else said about anything about the hurricane. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, my bad for trying to keep it
Hometown.
lighthearted, Connor.
Effort.
I just know people from Tampa. Our podcast is national and reaches all across the world.
Oh,
not to
yeah.
mention, I know there's hurricane survivors that are just looking for they're looking for a way out, like a distraction, and they come to the Monday Morning Quarterbacks pod to get that distraction. And what does Connor do? Throws it right back in their face.
I thought you were talking about the other way.
All right, boys, let's move on over. We got the Browns at the Eagles. Eagles are -9.5, over under 42.5 in the game.
Believeland. There's always next year. Give me Philly.
P's been on fire tonight. I love it.
Yeah, the Browns are so fucking bad. I need to see Jameis, okay? I want Jameis.
We all need it. Give us Jameis.
We need Jameis starting, but
I love Jameis.
yeah, was off a bye, rested up. Devontae's back, AJ Brown's back. They should roll.
If you guys aren't following Jameis on TikTok, just do yourself a favor and follow that man. He is the most unintentionally funny guy you'll ever see in your life. He's just on there like ranking fast food restaurants, and it's just electric.
I love that.
We might
guy.
have a Chubb. We might have a little Chubb sighting, potential Chubb sighting this weekend. I don't think he's going to be fullback, though. I don't think it makes a difference. But
Do
I'd
we
love
think
to
he'll
see it.
ever be fullback?
We got half Chubb,
Well,
not full Chubb this week.
that is to be determined how much Chubb we get moving forward. Yeah.
QB.
We got a half Chubb. We're hoping to see a full Chubb at some point.
I think this is the last game Deshaun Watson starts,
Hopefully,
and the Eagles dominate the Browns. I think
Wanna
Deshaun
eat some
Watson
W's.
throws
that's
2.5, and Jameis Winston comes in. That's the year.
I'm also on Philly. It's hard to bet on the Browns with just how they've looked offensively this year. Honestly, they haven't even looked like themselves defensively either after Jayden Daniels just dropped 37 on their head last week. Give me a Philly team coming off a bye, getting their 2 best offensive players. Well, Saquon's there now too, but their 2 best receivers back.
Yeah, part of the mess of like week 5 is you got a bunch of teams who play terrible terrible, and you don't really know who's worse. I don't think Philly or the Browns are that good. I think the Browns are probably going to finish, I don't know, bottom 10 for sure, but I don't know how close they'll be to the worst. They're not a terrible team. I mean, they do have some talent, especially with Amari Cooper, Jerome Ford, Nick Chubb, Joku, all those guys. I think this is one of those games that they win that don't make a lot of sense. So I'll go Browns here.
This is just like the Giants pick last week.
No, I mean, when you're coached by an incompetent guy like Nick Sirianni, like, you're going to lose some crazy games.
Oh my
This is gonna be one
goodness,
of them.
bro.
The bias
Relax.
is just insane.
Relax.
I do like
As
Njoku
fans,
for
we think about Sirianni.
I do like Njoku for a tutty this week though. I think he's like plus
Is he-
450, which is I think way
Is he
too
gonna
high
play?
for him. Played last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he got hurt again with a new injury.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah.
Hit a
Yeah, he returned here barely, and then he got a new injury. I don't know if he's gonna
Yeah.
play or not.
if he plays. They got a line out for him already. So who knows? Either that's the bet's already been taken. Either I'm getting voided or we're winning some money. So
There's no one doing it. What's done is done.
this game's probably the hardest game on the slate for me to pick. It's the Commanders at the Ravens. Ravens are minus 6.5, over under 51.5.
Yeah, I completely agree. This one is tough. I think personally that the Ravens are gonna kind of not be a wake up call, but like a humble reminder at where the commies stand in the scheme of things. It's like not the first real defense they played, but probably the best defense they played. King Henry is still King Henry. Lamar threw the rock like a goat last week. Like, I actually was throwing it all over the pitch. I think the way the Ravens are playing football right now, if the commies can somehow beat the Ravens in Baltimore this weekend, like top 5, potential top 3 candidate if they can get it done. I'm going to take Baltimore until I see it, because I truly believe that Baltimore is the team to beat right now. But the commies are trending way up, and it's just a matter of how far up are they trending. And I think they could just set expectations through the roof if they somehow win this game. But give me Baltimore.
I like Peace Jake here. And I said Jayden Daniels, whatever, last week, and I said I'll give him his props this week. But their last 4 wins are the Giants, the Bengals, the Cardinals, and the Browns, who are all under 500, not great teams. The Ravens' pass defense, we know, is not great, and Daniels has a great deep ball, but I don't think that Daniels is going to be able to run as much and be as free with his legs. So I'm gonna take the Ravens here, and let me see Zay Flowers get his first tutty of the year.
Yeah.
Did he score yet this year? I don't think so, right?
I think he did.
Bateman
Like-
scored last week.
I think he scored week 1.
Did he?
Pretty sure he's scored.
Well, let me see a Zay Flowers tutty here, because the commies have awful pass defense.
Yeah, I think the Ravens are gonna win this one. It's gonna be a shootout. I don't know if the Ravens are gonna win on the ground or if they're gonna win in the air. It'll be interesting.
That's the perk of picking the Ravens.
They can do both.
I'm going to be on Baltimore as well. And I've picked against the commies the last 2 weeks, and they've really just shoved it down my throat, absolutely blowing out both the teams I picked them. If Lamar, I've been a big criticizer of Lamar, and I've talked a lot of crap saying he's not the greatest passer. If he throws the ball, what'd you say?
A lot of off-color comments.
I don't know what that means. But
Not sure
if
that
he
one
throws the
works.
ball like he did last week, the Ravens are the best team in the NFL. Like, he threw the ball more consistently last week and was hitting throws that were super impressive that he was clearly missing in the first 3 weeks. And if he can just be consistent and continue to make those throws, the Ravens have so many playmakers on offense. They're literally 3 tight ends deep. And Mark Andrews finally got involved last week. Isaiah Likely's really good. And then who's the third guy? The the guy that just caught like a 55-yard pass. Kohler.
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 Kolar. Harley
Yeah.
Kolar.
Big fat guy running down the street.
Derrick
Love it.
Henry's leading the league in rushing. Zay Flowers is really good. Bateman stepped up last week.
Justice Hill out of the backfield.
Justice Hill's a weapon too.
That boy
I'm
fast.
going to take Baltimore, but I wouldn't be shocked if the Commanders prove me wrong for the third week in a row.
That's kind of where I'm at.
Yep,
I kind of
I'm
want to
fine
be
going,
proved wrong.
I'm fine being the only one on the Commanders here. I think
Hometown. Don't forget the hometown.
hometown, baby. I'm not there right now, but I will be soon.
He's there with you in spirit, Washington.
Yup. Well, when you have who I think, at least last time I checked, was the favorite to be the MVP, I mean, that carries some weight, right? Jayden
He's
Daniels
fifth,
is playing out
actually.
this month.
I just looked.
I
His
do
fifth.
agree that the Ravens are probably a better team, probably in almost every way over the Commanders. But Jayden Daniels is just a real problem, and no one has an answer for him yet. So until a team can shut him down, I'm gonna keep riding commas.
Alrighty. Yeah, you've rode them the last 2 weeks too. I think you've been solo. I know at least in one of those
Hometown.
weeks you were solo.
It's the hometown bias.
All
Rocking
right.
the New York hat today, boys.
Hopefully they got shut.
No.
We got the Chargers at the Broncos. Chargers are -3, over under 35.5. Wow, is that ugly? Lowest over under of the week. And the second lowest over under the week by one more point is coming the next game. So strap into some low scoring games, boys.
Man, this is another. I mean, it's not going to be as good of a game, but it's going to be a good game in my opinion. I think that the Chargers are due, in my opinion. But I don't think I can pick against Bo Nix in Denver in Mile High. He's got that air in his veins. He's got that Ferris Bueller energy. He just wants to act out and beat the Chargers. Give me the Broncos. And for those of you that don't know, it's because when Sean Payton and Bo Nix were yelling at each other post game, they asked Sean Payton about it, and he said he's got Ferris Bueller. In case some of you are not as in touch with the NFL and it went over your head, that's why I said it. So,
Like from the movie?
dude, I'm actually just gonna mute Josh. I don't think I need to hear him tonight.
Chargers are coming off a bye. They had some injuries going into it with their O-line. Sean Slater and Joe Alt look like they were limited in practice today. We'll see how that plays out. But yeah, give me the Chargers on a division game, off a bye, fresh and hopefully healthy.
Work. That dog agreed. We got +1 for the dog bark.
One for puppy.
I'm also. Are you up, Josh? Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're up.
I will also take the Chargers. The Broncos have a great defense, but I think it's definitely gonna be under in the Chargers win.
I'm gonna be on the Chargers as well. They got a week to get healthy, week off on their bye week. Extra week to prepare for Denver too. Until Bo Nix can throw the ball more than 10 yards down the field consistently, it's going to be hard for me to pick Denver. Give me the Chargers.
Yeah, I think I've been the only guy who's been like consistently riding the Broncos. But this one
I picked
look
him
at-
against Tampa. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I look at these two teams and I break it down by coach, right? It's Sean Payton versus what's his name? Harbaugh? John? I don't know, there's like 20 of them.
Jim
right?
Harbaugh, the previous head coach of the Michigan Wolverines.
Yep, I'm gonna ride with one of the Harbaughs over the Paytons, right? So yeah, give me the
It's like we're keeping up with the Kardashians right now. Damn, bro. Every single Peyton out there, you're just picking the Harbaughs over.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. I thought you were going Denver there with the way you started that off, but We ride Chargers. Moving on to the next game, we got Pittsburgh at Las Vegas. Pittsburgh's -3, over under 36.5. No Devontae again this week.
Okay, this is a massive hear me out. Massive hear me out. But I kind of love the QB change. And I kind of love picking against him, as I did with the other 3 QBs that changed this week. So give me the Raiders to lose to Pittsburgh in probably 20-3 or something, low scoring. And again, Justin Fields not hitting 150 yards. It's going to be ugly, but Pittsburgh's going to crawl out of there with yet another victory in the Mike Tomlin era.
So I'm looking at all of these games, and I've picked every favorite. So I really hope it's a favorites week, other than the Jags in England. So this game is, well, the spread for this game is weird because the Steelers were 3-point favorites over the Cowboys, and now they're only 3-point favorites over the Raiders, which you would think is just drastically worse. So it would be too easy for all the favorites to win. And this is one of my Vegas makes no sense picks. So I'm going the Raiders here.
Hey, you've been riding the Vegas train all this time, though. You've been picking Vegas because you can't pick against them. So
Not wrong.
I think the Steelers' defense is too good. They'll probably get at least 3 turnovers this game, and that will be the Steelers' easy win.
I'm on Pitt as well.
Finally,
here.
we agreed.
Yeah, I'm on Pitt as well here. TJ Watt, I think, is the front runner in my mind for Defensive Player of the Year, even though Aiden Hutchinson is technically the Vegas favorite, which is kind of surprising to me. And then Pat Surtain, I think, is in the conversation as well, who I actually really like. I think Watt or Surtain is going to get it. But a team in Las Vegas where it seems like the sky is falling around them. New quarterback in AOC. I think Gardner's better than he is, honestly, and probably gives them a better chance. The only glimmer of hope on their offense seems to be Brock Bowers. But give me Pitt, and I think a pretty easy game here.
Not that it makes a difference in my pick, but do we know who's starting for Pittsburgh? Is it going to be Justin Fields or Russell Wilson?
I'm pretty sure Fields is going to have it until he loses it, from what I've been hearing. And
Yeah.
they lost to Dallas by 3, and he's been doing enough. But he could get bent. This would be the game if they go down 2 scores to the Raiders. We might actually see Russ this week.
Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't know what their plan was. I originally heard that their plan was to bring Russell Wilson back once he was healthy, but I think he had a full practice today, so I think this would be the game. Yeah, I agree with everything you guys said. I mean, Vegas is dead in the water. That team is terrible. They should be starting Gardner Minshew. He definitely gives them a better chance. I agree with Jake there. So yeah, give me the Steelers.
Why are they 3-point dogs?
Vegas knows. They know, Jeff. You're right.
It makes no sense.
They know. You're gonna go 500, but you will get this pick right, and that.
Yeah, we got P and Jefe battling for the beer mile right now on the bottom of our picks. So the real pressure's on both of them right now. Moving on, this should be another interesting game. We got the Lions at the Cowboys. Revenge game from that controversial game last year when they played at the end of the year.
Tackles eligible.
Lions are -3, over under 52.5. Insanely high over under.
Yeah, insanely high over under. I really wish I could just wake up in the morning and kind of how I check the weather. I could just are the Cowboys offense going to show up today? Type of vibe. I wish I knew that before I made this pick. For the sake of making this pick and the fact that I don't know and don't think that they're going to show up because they hate playing good for some reason, I'm going to pick Detroit on the road. I know I've been off Detroit all season, but they've kind of proven me wrong all season, and I think that Dallas is just going to maybe get lit up like they did against New Orleans to be 100% with. Might not be pretty.
So here's a fun little stat.
Hit it with us. Hit it with us. Hit us with it.
Favorites coming off the bye have won at a 60% rate
There you go. Play the numbers.
versus underdogs off a bye are 105, 125, or 45%.
What if they're on the road though, Fa?
Doesn't matter. They're a favorite.
Okay.
So, yeah, give me the Lions in a revenge game here.
Yeah, I think
Quickly off the numbers.
Lions are going to put up a lot of points. I don't know if I trust Cowboys offense in this game. I think the Lions might just blow them out and it might go hit the under.
Yeah. It's either going to be a shootout or a blowout. I just don't see it being like close.
Blowout under Lions.
Love that.
I think I'm going to be the lone wolf, depending on what counter picks, riding Dallas. I think the Lions defense has yet to show that they can stop anyone. I think CeeDee Lamb is the best receiver in the NFL. And he's just going to absolutely light them up like he did last time they played. Not yet. Give me Dallas at home in a game that means a lot to the Lions. Yes, Jefe.
All right, you said that the Lions' pass defense is awful. The Cowboys' run defense is awful. So the Lions might just sit there and control clock and push around this Cowboys D line. But
I don't think there's going to be clock to control when they're just running for 30-plus yards if it is that abysmal. Lions' run offense is probably the best run offense in the league with the two-headed monster of Gibbs and Montgomery.
And that offensive line.
I think it'll be high scoring. I think it'll be close, but yeah, I'm taking Dallas.
Yeah. So the last few years, it's always been San Francisco in the NFC has been that team that you just don't want to play. They're a power horse. They're top to bottom on the roster. They're just built crazy. I think the Lions have replaced San Francisco as that team in the NFC, top to bottom. They are insane. I mean, they can do anything they want to with Montgomery and Gibbs. In the passing game, J-Mo came out of nowhere this year. He's looked really good. Laporta's finally getting healthy. Jared Goff coming off a perfect game. And then, like you said, that O-line. I mean, that team is insane. There's no way they lose to Dallas. You can clip this up, but there is no way they lose to Dallas. I think the Lions, I mean, if I'm the Packers, I'm a little scared, right? I think this team's turning into
Where'd
something
that come
special.
from?
Why do the Packers have anything to do with
Yeah,
this?
the heck? Made it personal,
Well, you're
bro.
in the division, so I mean, I'm just saying that.
What about the Bears?
What about
the
the
Vikings? Are
Bears and
5-0.
I wouldn't want to be in San Francisco's division the last couple of years. I'm saying I wouldn't want to be in the Lions division this next, who knows, maybe decade. I mean, this is something special we got crafted out.
Decade? Dude, Jared Goff could be 40 in a decade.
and then
We
Hooker.
got,
And then
Yep,
Hooker
yep.
season.
Interesting.
The next two.
I'm the lone wolf on Dallas. Let's move on to the next game. We got Atlanta at Carolina. Atlanta's -6, over under 46.5.
-6, minus schmicks. Give me the Falcons by 70 million beers.
Oh, it's so sad because I don't want to hop off the Panthers train.
You
I've
have
been
to.
begging them all year.
Dude, he had 509 against Tampa, Jeff. Against Tampa, he's gonna have
know.
750 against Carolina, bro.
No. I just after what I saw against the Bears, I just can't. I can't. Tickets are probably back down to like $2.50 at a gas station with a hot dog. Like
Hefe was bragging
They
about the
never went
$10
up, bro.
ticket prices last week.
They never went up, bro.
They're up 10. They're up 10 times what they were.
Panthers stock is down, and I'm down with it. Give me the Falcons.
Yeah, I will also take the Falcons. I think it'll be closer than people think, though. I think the Panthers are going to put up some points against the Falcons.
It's a high over under 47. They definitely
46
think someone's
now.
gonna score.
What does Vegas know? What do they know?
What are they building
Something.
over there?
What are they doing?
This is one of those games that Vegas could rake. 8% of the money is on Carolina. 8. I really hope it's a favorite sweep.
It's a trap. There hasn't been a favorites week this season.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
It's due. Yeah, I'm on Atlanta as well. I just don't know if I'll bet on Carolina this entire season. Kirk looked like he fully has control of that offense. Looked super comfortable. Pitts was involved for the first time ever, but when you throw the ball 65 times, I think everyone in the offense is going to be involved. Drake London, huge breakout game. Clutch Kirko in OT. Drake London goes out for a play. Backup comes in, catches a 45-yard touchdown.
Good Daryl Hodge.
I think Atlanta is going to be tough, and I think they're going to win that division still. Give me Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta's a really fun team right now. Obviously that primetime win last week was really fun to watch. Kirko throwing for 400 plus. Which if you follow the locks of the week, I went 3-3 last week, and that was included in there. The only thing I would say about Atlanta is I just don't know Bijan's usage. It's more of a fantasy thing. It kind of sucks as a Bijan owner. Other than that, I mean, I like Atlanta here.
Solid. Another sweep for the pod.
We're all swag surfing.
Connor, I'll make you a live trade offer right now in Dynasty.
I already offered Connor for Bijan. He hasn't even responded to me yet.
Oh, okay. You don't even want to hear the offer? That's crazy. All right, moving on. We got Cincy at the Giants. Cincy's minus 3.5, over under 47.5.
You guys hear that? You hear it? It's Joe Shiesty season, baby. It's Joe Shiesty season. 5 touchdowns in a win this week.
Another 5 touchdown performance. 5 last week wasn't enough. Another one. DJ Khaled.
Yeah. I gotta go with another favorite here. You can't. Giants just rolled the Seahawks, but I think it's because of that Detroit Lions curse thing. So the Bengals need to win now if they have any chance of making a wild card or something. So yeah,
I can't wait to see just us on the same pick. Like we might have picked every game the same. So.
I know. Except the Raiders. Except
the Raiders and the Denver
Seattle.
one. We have a couple of ones.
And Indy, Tennessee. You guys have a lot of
we
differences,
got 3.
actually.
We got 3 different
Like 4.
differentiators. Okay.
You're good.
It feels like we got a lot, though.
Yeah.
The Giants looked pretty good last week, minus 2 of their best players on offense. I'm kind of worried the Giants might just turn it around and be a good team now. But I'm still picking the Bengals because Joe Burrow is good.
Joe Shiesty.
Back.
I really think we were like talking about preseason. If Danny Dimes throws for 4,000 yards, we're all going to be rich. Danny Dimes is not the one selling those parlays right now. Every other quarterback that's gotten injured is selling those parlays. Out of the I think I probably made 32, 33 different parlays of all those quarterback combinations to throw for 4K. Out of those 32, we have 1 left because Derek Carr just killed another one. I was down to 3 left that were alive. We're down to 1 left, but it actually looks very promising. And Danny Dimes is a part of it, so we'll see. I just think if Cincy has any hope to stay alive, this is just a must-win game. And I think they're one of the better teams in the AFC if they can just get it together and get in the postseason. I think they're going to be a team you don't want to see late in the year. Give me Cincy in this game.
Yeah, to build on what you just said, literally, I think every week it's a must-win week for Cincinnati. When you start, I don't know what they started, 0-3.
1-4.
I mean, you gotta, almost win out. I remember the Colts went 1-5 by 2019, and then they had to win out. I think the rest of the season to make the playoffs, and they did.
Just had to sneak it back to the Colts somehow.
Joe Burrow looked good. I think that offense is fully back. So yeah, give me Cincy.
I'd like to make a side note. The Bengals are 1-4 and are 35 to win the Super Bowl. The Jags are 1-4 and are 200 to win the Super Bowl. Go bet the Jags.
Honestly, I don't hate that at 200 to 1. If T-Law just like finds his stride and gets hot,
What's the difference? What is the difference? They're the same. They both have underachieving QBs except for the 5 touchdowns. I mean, he's not underachieving it.
except for the 5 touchdowns last week and the 5 touchdowns this week, according to you.
Yes. Underachieving does not mean bad. I think they're both great.
Yeah. Fair enough. Let's move over to Monday Night Football, last game of the week. We got the Bills at the Jets. Bills are -2.5, over under 40.5.
Bills. No Robert Saleh, no win.
I'm trying to look up what NFL team records are when they have a new coach, as have an interim.
I feel like that's gonna be a hard
Head
stat
coach.
to find.
Google knows everything.
Who's got bye weeks this week? Did we say that?
Hit us with it, P.
Oh, I wasn't ready to hit you with it. Sorry.
You hit us with it on cue
Miami.
last week. I thought you were ready.
Miami, Kansas City.
I
There's
got
two
half
more.
of them.
Give me the Jets, dude. I don't even care. I hate Josh Allen.
Jets.
Fraud.
Wow.
Bum.
I like
Fraud.
it. I think Jeff's analysis was on point there. Josh Allen's gonna do the Tua Tagovailoa here with them skirting the entire concussion protocol that exists in the NFL, and the Jets win, and their season gets back on track. Turns out Salah was a problem all along. Who knew?
Salah.
Who knew?
Salah.
Salah.
See ya, Salah.
Josh Allen is still an elite quarterback in this league. I think it's a big prove it week for him, coming off 2 bad weeks. Watching his post game with Stephon Diggs was hilarious last week, where Stephon Diggs comes up like all happy, like CM Josh Allen doesn't even say a single word to him. It's like, get out of my face. We'll see you again in the postseason. We're gonna smack you around then. Give me Josh Allen in a big bounce back game against a really tough defense. I think the Bills squeak out a tight one here. And the Jets, if they're going to have any life on this season, it's going to have to start this week with a new coach. So we'll see what they do.
Yeah, that Salah news came out of left field. I didn't expect it. And it got me wondering. I mean, who's running, New York right now? Is it Rodgers?
It's Woody Johnson.
It's Batman.
Woody Johnson said it's my decision and my decision. It's pretty self-explanatory. I love how he just went off cam after yelling that.
Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't know how involved Aaron Rodgers was in the team building process, but sounds like he's not super involved. So
Well, considering they have 7 Packers on their roster, I would assume he's pretty involved in
I would say there's
the
some
format of the
support
team.
that.
I'm talking more about.
And they're about to
firing
trade
the
for
coach.
Devontae
It's not like
Adams.
he wasn't behind that at all. And I did hear Rodgers come to Salah's defense a little bit. So I don't think Rodgers was totally behind that. But anyways, after teams fire a coach, generally speaking, they come out and win next week. Especially if the interim head coach is someone the team can get behind. I'm thinking back to Vegas last year with Antonio Pierce. But if anyone's looking for a coach right now, John.
What
Gruden's
about
on the
Jeff
streets.
Saturday? That was
But
kind of cool.
with all that being said, I'm gonna ride. I don't know. I mean, I can't pick the Jets here. I'm riding with the Bills. I think they're shot right now.
Alrighty, boys. That is it. Week 6 is in the books for our
Hey,
picks. What do you got,
I have
Pete?
something to add. If you're wondering, hey, why didn't Big P talk about my team? Well, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Los Angeles Rams, Miami Dolphins, and the Minnesota Vikings didn't play this week. So if I didn't talk about your team, because they're resting this week.
What a PSA. Don't do drugs. Drugs are bad.
He's talking about your team is usually a bad omen.
Well, we do basically talk about literally every team on the pod every week, so that's a lot of bad omens getting put out in there. You boys got anything else we want to hit before we wrap up the pod here and call it a night ski?
Oh, locks of the week. I went 4-1, and I had some juicy ones in there too.
You got a plus
Some
600 you
juicy
hit?
boys. Plus some juicy boys. Yes.
Nice. I went
Gamble
2-2.
responsible.
My Mike Williams touchdown did not cash for the second week in a row.
The only one I lost was Amari Cooper. Don't bet on the Browns. Another PSA. Do not bet on the Browns.
I was 40 Amari Cooper yards away from winning $5,000 off a $2 bet. He was at 60,
Yikes.
needed over a hundo, and he needed 40 and a quarter and a half, and didn't get a target.
That's crazy.
Gamble
Really? He didn't get a
responsible.
target, dude? I feel like he's the only one that gets thrown to.
Like he
I
had
put
like
in the bums and
like-
the like.
yeah, like he had like 6 or 7 targets in the first half, or maybe even more. I think he had like 8, maybe. He was getting fed in the first half, but yeah, he just did that. He might have had a target. He didn't get another catch in that last quarter and a half, so that was fun.
All right, Thursday night parlay. We're gonna get smoked on 1 yard.
How about we cook it up off the pod, and I'll comment what we're riding for the viewers if you guys want to ride along with our Thursday night parlay. Does that sound good?
All right, bet.
Thanks
Thanks
for watching,
listening.
everyone. Love you.
Don't do drugs.
Love you
If
guys.
you're
Get
in
your
the
pets
Florida
neutered.
region, stay safe.
Stay safe. Subscribe. Love you guys.